Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, and remember to hit that subscribe button to get all your latest breaking cryptocurrency and blockchain technology news. And on this daily updated video, XRP has continued to the upside, like we were talking about in our last video, that we could be approaching $1 soon, as Bitcoin, since our last video, did have a high, a new record high. If we take a look at it here in the shorter time frame to get a more accurate measurement, it got up to about 90. What did it get up to? 93,862 and 89 cents. Before now, it's starting to have a little bit of a sell-off, and there could be a sell-off at some point, and you could have a quite significant sell-off, maybe all the way back down to $74,000 in the short to medium range after the latest momentum and the latest pump starts to die out, because the thing cannot pump forever. That's impossible. As you know, in crypto and especially in the Bitcoin, you have these massive pumps, and then you'll have these massive dumps. And you can see, if we take a look at our industry exclusive measuring tool, from a swing low back here on September the 6th through the election that had the ultimate hype cycle, it's up nearly 78%. And in a shorter time since the day of the election, right here, when it became apparent that Tuesday night last week that Donald J. Trump was going to win the election, the cryptocurrency bulls took that opportunity to pump the market nearly 40% or 40.25% in just about a week. And that's a very big move. That's greater than a $20,000 move to the upside. So at some point, those buyers were going to settle down and the selling was going to commence. But usually, as the buyers start to take some profit after a big pump in the Bitcoin, usually that opens the door for the coins like XRP and Ethereum, or XRP and XLM, to have its pump. And if you notice, that's exactly what's happened. We kept hitting this major upper resistance in that blue trading zone between about the 58 cents and the 68, 69 and a half cents for quite some time. And if we scroll back left into the chart farther, you would continue to see where it got rejected multiple times. You can see it got rejected back here. This was back in, let's put that up there, back in March of 2024, the last time it hit it. Then it got rejected a couple of times in December of 23. Then it got hit again multiple times here, November of 23, early in November of 23. And you can go back even farther to where we had the great pump with the judge, the manipulation, the orchestration to fleece, heist, and shiest you, the retail trader. And I told you back here, you don't buy the pump, because there was going to be a big sell-off and you would have better buying opportunities. And it gave 100% of that move back in a short period of time. But then from about when it came back up off that wick into this rising channel that it was in, it gave you from August of 23 all the way to current time frame till the election to give you multiple opportunities in a long period of time to accumulate and have better buying opportunities. And now the pump is on in XRP. And the question is, how high can this pump go? How far can this pump go? And how long can this pump last? And will this be what actually gets us to $1 again? Because we got oh so close on that manipulated pump with the judge to 94 cents. And now we're only about 6 or 8 cents, 10 cents shy, 12 cents shy of that from the current wick peak right here of hitting $1. How far? We're about 11% away from that big pump back then, and we're only about 19%, 20% from the current peak to get back to $1. And that's the big thing. And as you remember back here when we were in this hype cycle, old Vincenzo told you there'd be an extended bear market, a multi-year bear market that would have cataclysmic scenarios and bankruptcies and liquidations. And you've seen the BlockFis go, the Voyagers go, the Three Arrows Capital go under, the FTXs of the world get liquidated, and the customers lose all their money. And there was a multi-year bear market because we told you on that epic Saturday Night Live with Elon Musk that we were going to have a big dump. And that's when it started back there in early to late spring. I believe that was in April, May or April, when Elon Musk took the stage. And we told you that there was going to be a big bear market. And from that point, we did have a huge bear market. And we went down greater than, at its wick low, we got down to about 27 cents. we went down 86.6% or $1.71. And we haven't been back there since. And that is from 21 to 22 to 23 to 24. That's 3 years later. We did not hit that peak that everybody thought by now. All the crypto gurus and social media shysters and paid influencers were telling you this coin was going to be at $5 to $10 by now, but not old Vincenzo. He told you there'd be better buying opportunities. Don't buy the hype train. Don't buy the hype cycle, because there was going to be an extended, catastrophic bear market, and there was, and a lot of people lost a lot of money if you bought in to some of these platforms that offered absorbent amount of interest money that they could never pay because they were more or less a Ponzi scheme. And we told you to wait, to hold on, and there would be better buying opportunities. And we almost got down to that 18 to 24 cent target. The upper end of that target was 24 cents, and we got to 27. But we got down to 27 right there from calling that way back here. So I would say that's a pretty damn good forecast. The price was going to go down. And not only that, it was going to crash, because the thing can flash crash all day and go back up the next day. But we told you to be a long, depressing, debilitating bear market. And it was. It's lasted over 3-year bear market that we didn't even sniff that old all-time high. But now with the election passed, with the new exuberance back into the market, we could be seeing a retest of that $1.93. Could it be this week? Could it be next week? Could it be by the end of the year, or before Donald J. Trump on January the 20th gets inaugurated? You don't know. I don't know. It's all speculation at this point. But what I would be looking for right now to see if we could do this before the end of the year is to try to break this old high and try to break it forcefully by 5 or 6 or 7%. And then on any kind of retest, and you came and retest that area, you back test it and go up. That's what I'd be looking for in the short term, the next couple of weeks, to try to break past that major sell-off point from the manipulation and the Judge Torres news that had that 95% pump in one day. And that's what I would be looking at in the short term. And another thing in the short term that I'd be looking at, if we have another sell-off like here and another sell-off right here, anywhere in the next few days on XRP right here, before we reach up to that old regional high back there, is if we come back down and back test, we would love to see a hold now for the first time in a long time, hold this upper part of this blue support and resistance zone that we've been talking about for 3 years. And for the first time in 3 years, hold it and bounce off it and use it as support and create it as a new floor and kick back to the upside. And that would be a healthy correction after a big move that we've seen in the XRP since the day of the election to now. XRP is up greater than 73%. So that would be a very bullish thing if we could actually indeed do that, if this is going to have a sell-off in the short term after a 73% run, or whenever this current pump dies down and has a sell-off and profit taking and consolidation. Because here we couldn't hold it. Here we peaked up and couldn't hold it. Got rejected. Got peaked above it and couldn't hold it. It would signify that there was more pain, more selling, and more waiting. But if we zoom into a closer time frame here, say the 2-hour time frame, if when this thing does run out in its local steam, you want to come back here and hold that major support zone of the blue trading zone there at about 69.5 cents. Hold that and bounce, right? And that would be very bullish in the short to medium term, that we might break that 92 cents from 2022 and maybe make a run past that elusive dollar that everyone's been waiting for here with the XRP, right? And then the other coin that I wanted to talk about was the XLM, because that's another thing that's been in the same sort of scenario ever since the great pump in the last bull market in the altcoins way back here, when we told you we were in a topping out pattern or a rising channel, and we were going to top out and have a depressing bear market, and we did. And besides that one little pump with the judge and the manipulation with Judge Torres, this had about 203.5% pump in one day. And again, we told you this thing would have better buying opportunities. What you would like to see is obviously sustained volume come in and a hold on whenever this current pump and current push and current momentum dies down, you would like to see it hold for the first time, like XRP, but in this case, it's about the 13.5 cents. You would like to see it hold this area right here, right? It would be beautiful if you could hold this area. Say you even come up a little bit farther and hit this major resistance at 15 cents. It would be quite logical and normal for a consolidation and a sell-off back down to these moving averages in the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frame, but you would like to see it hold. If it pumped up a little bit more and came back down, you would love to see it hold this 13.3 cents, and then on the next run, get above this 15.5 to 16 cents and form a new local bottom there at 15, 16 cents. And then you could be in business and talking about a more substantial, a more forceful, and a more meaningful long-term sustaining bull market in the altcoins here. And that's something that we're going to be watching out for and something that I've been paying attention for. And I'll be giving you more updates here into the future as we move along here to keep you ahead of the market, ahead of the game. Like, subscribe, and share to my lovely, beautiful audience. Peace and love.